I'm in Louisiana, and I was we're all learning how to use the different headsets. So I thought I'd come in and see you guys.
Oh, wonderful. You picked a
You
good
doing
day to
okay?
come in. Yeah. Oh, we're doing awesome. Right, Stevie? You doing good?
Good. It's good to
I'm
see you
good.
guys. I miss you.
I miss you
Hi,
too.
Steve.
Yeah, nice to see you. Mark, we're getting issues. We're having problems with the audio big time. Yeah, environment maybe. I'm not sure if he's coming in on this other thing or okay. Says he's coming in on this other thing. Wow. Yeah. Right. Okay, I've let her know. That's fine. Well, you figured it out. All right, let's go. Not too weird. Yeah, not at all. Hi, Kurt. That's okay. Oh, it's not just me.
What?
Yeah. Ah, oh,
Yeah. Oh.
wow. Our
Yeah. I
apologies
don't
for the
even
bad
remember how to get
audio.
there.
We're
Watch
hoping
it.
that
Good to
Mark will
see
be
you.
that everything else in the show is going to go perfectly.
Good to
That's
hear.
the hope. All right, y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and welcome to the news and updates. I'm Laurel, and we're here to share with you the news from around the Altspace VR community. We want to thank our amazing producer, Mark, who keeps this running, a show running, who's down in front in the camera bot and often in the audience and helping to mod and everything else. And now, here's Donna.
Hello, Laurel. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Hi, I'm Donna McTee. The Olympics. Who's watching the Olympics? They're on in Japan with empty stadiums and arenas and amazing moments of courage. The world's heart was swept away with the strength of Simone Biles to put her mental and physical health first in the team gymnastics competition. Biles has dominated U.S. gymnastics since 2013 and done herself proud But what a delight to see the rest of the team shine as well. Suni Lee won gold for the U.S. team, another gifted gymnast. And the hits keep coming for other countries beyond, besides the U.S., could I might add. And as countries often rarely heard of are winning not just one, but two medals, San Marino, a tiny European microstate of 34,000 people, it's buried in the middle of Italy. They won two medals in shooting. Congrats to them and all the amazing Olympians putting it all out there on the line during this complicated time in human history.
We are here to bring you the latest news on this and the news from in and around the AltSpace VR community in our third year delivering you the news from around the AltSpace VR community. As a reminder, the anniversary of our show is coming up next month in September, and we're already working on some fun plans. So if you'd like to be part of the party, please talk to us after the show and chat with us in our news and updates Discord.
Now, trust me, we all need all the help we can get. So let's get this party started by discussing the Olympics. As with the Olympics here in AltSpace VR, there will always be winners and losers, risks taken, greatness achieved, and hearts broken. The upcoming September 15th change to world building and our AltSpace VR experience contains all of the ingredients that makes the Olympics so exciting.
For those who've been hiding under the virtual rock, hey, it happens. There's some rocks, you can get lost. All right. September 15th is the day when AltSpace VR will flip to embrace Unity 2020.3.9 along with the new render tools for improved performance and world building capabilities.
Now, we've learned that unfortunately, all older world builds will no longer work as of September 15th. All worlds, templates, and kits must be updated. We originally were told that there would be some backwards compatibility, but now we've learned that this is not happening. This is very upsetting to many people, and we will likely lose a lot of beautiful worlds. All Unity built worlds uploaded prior to September 15th, going back to before 2018, will not be visible under the render update.
The World Tours team has announced that they'll be touring some of their favorite worlds, especially the older ones unlikely to be updated, to honor these wonderful virtual worlds throughout August and the first 2 weeks of September. They're looking for suggestions of worlds that you've favorited and visited repeatedly that may not survive the chop. Join their Discord at discord.me/worldtours and offer your suggestions or let us know on our Discord server.
Let's be really clear about the loss that we are facing. This does not apply to worlds built with AltSpace VR templates or kits with the world editor. It applies to worlds built with Unity templates and kits shared with you to build your worlds. Please go to altvr.com website. Go to More menu, click on Worlds, and you'll see Templates and Kits. And there is a new section titled Friends. Click on each to identify the world builder who shared each one of the templates and each one of the kits with you, and please contact them to encourage them to update.
Now, on to some exciting AltSpace VR news. The first Spanish version of AltSpace 101 was on Thursday, July 29th. That day go down in history. Historia. Team Gabriela totally rocked it. Of course, there were technical difficulties as this was the first, but they rose above the challenges and totally enchanted us in Espanol. For some of us working with the Community Helper Program for many, many years, this has been a dream to support international languages to help those new to AltSpace VR. Already, people are starting to volunteer to present in their language. If you are fluent in non-English language, please let community helpers know and they'll direct you to the nearest AltSpace VR 101 team member to help you take the next steps. We are eager for Hindi, Italian, Russian, Croatian, Japanese, and Chinese versions, along with all the other languages. The live captioning and translation feature is nice, but seriously, it just does not do a good job of translating the concept of space bubble and have it make sense.
Now, this week there was a short downtime for server maintenance and the announcement that the old video jukebox sunsettled on Thursday. You may not remember it, but this was an early attempt to provide playlists and great video experiences here at AltSpace VR beyond just a straight browser. Unfortunately, it really was buggy and had security issues early on, fixed and then fixed again. But it did actually work. It was easy to use and did what it was supposed to do, link to YouTube playlists to fill our worlds and events with music, watch parties, and great sound effects. The team recommends that you convert to the multimedia console, or if you are in the world or event space, the web projector.
There are known issues with the Microsoft login for AltSpace VR. It tends to lose its connection to AltSpace. It requires validation repeatedly, and the Microsoft username sometimes doesn't work when it was added to the contextual roles for hosts and moderators. And it still doesn't accept Microsoft educational accounts. The team is working on it, and all reports need to be made through support are welcome at altvr.com/support. If you still have problems with your AltSpace VR login, please revert. If you still have the AltSpace VR login, please revert back to it until it's resolved if you have any problems. Or try an Outlook.com email. There are rumors that this is a workaround as it's recognized as a Microsoft email account.
Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg announced this week his goal to dominate the metaverse, like he doesn't think he already does that, by explaining the metaverse. Doesn't he know it is? Oh, I am sorry. I have so many inside thoughts that just desperately want to pounce out.
I
But
know.
doesn't he know that it already exists and we are living in it? The guy talking about living under a rock. Late as usual to the party, he stated that their goal is to expand the metaverse from virtual to augmented reality and back again and make millions on the sale of virtual goods in the metaverse, along with advertising and other virtual experiences. Oh, yes. And selling your data. Well, I didn't say that, did I? But of course we know when something's free, we are the product. That is, that's always true.
I didn't hear anything. From the look on Jim Cramer's face during the news announcement on MSNBC, this big announcement from Facebook didn't impress much. However, the work being done on Facebook's semi-secret, not so secret anymore, Project Aria to bring AR glasses to the world that breaks the barrier between virtual and real-world experiences is very exciting and part of the long-predicted process and growth of industry growth of augmented reality.
Now, what this announcement did accomplish was a bigger wake up in the corporate and advertising world that 36, 360, and XR technology is literally here to stay. Educators in VR director Daniel Bosky Bryant shared this week that, like everyone and their neighbor, had to have a website in 1999. Everyone will need a virtual presence in the metaverse next year if they don't already have one. And that is exciting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have a little virtual space all for yourself. Speaking of Facebook, Oculus announced the new pass-through API that allows viewing the real world and the virtual with an interface to control the blending of the two. Very cool. A little bit of HoloLens kind of thing going on. Using the Oculus Quest 2 sensors, raw images from the device are processed on device and viewable through the headset. Now, this competes with the power of Microsoft Mesh and the Azure Anchor Point technology that's already working in the enterprise version of AltSpace VR. So it'll be interesting to see how these two powerhouses in the headset and virtual metaverse compete with each other, breaking the same barriers, and others that are also breaking the same barriers, allowing us to be both in the real world and the virtual at the same time.
Now, on the downside of Oculus News, Facebook has passed the sales and manufacturing of the Oculus Quest 2 while they make changes. According to Facebook, a few users reported skin reactions that resemble allergic reactions, but they are not. It is a reaction to something in the faceplate foam, enough to prompt the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission to encourage them to do a recall to replace the foam faceplate. Log into your Oculus account on the browser for more information, and if you have a sensitive skin or any reaction, just stop using it. You will likely recover within a day or so without medical treatment. And just so you know, when you log into your Oculus account, just go to devices. There's now just an easy or order button. I think that's what it's called. You just click it and it just puts you in the queue. They're going to start shipping in about, I don't know exactly when the 4 weeks begins, but it's somewhere in about 3 to 4 weeks. They're going to start shipping. And so you don't have to, you used to have to like let them know that you were having some sort of problem, but you don't have to. Every single person that owns a Quest 2 is now eligible to simply be put on the waiting list to get your new cover.
Until then, saran wrap. What comes what comes with this announcement is news that Facebook is adding silicone face mask covers in future versions of the Quest 2, and the new version of the $300 Quest will have 128 gigabytes of storage instead of 64, along with that mask. This means there will be two versions then, 128 gigabyte and 256 gigabyte to choose from when they go back on sale. Now, these two headsets are replacing the Rift that's no longer, well, they're not replacing. The Rift is no longer available for sale and soon to be sunsetted fairly completely, but those will be the two headsets to choose from until the next one comes out.
Now, as usual, we bring you the news from around the AltSpace VR community every week, and in between, the news you need to know to enjoy this beautiful metaverse that already exists. Join us on our News and Updates Discord for updates and related news you can use to ensure you keep updated on what's going on within our AltSpace VR metaverse. Now, do we have some world building news for you?
Videos and tutorials are available in the world building channels pinned to the top of the AltSpace VR Discord, taking you step by step through the process of switching to Unity 2020.3.9 and the new render tools. There have been several updates to the Unity AltSpace VR Uploader version 2 that will work with the new Unity render tools. For everyone testing these and using the AltSpace VR preview clients, our hearts go out to you for your courage in the face of the horrible insects and creepy crawlies that come with living too close to the buggy edge. We applaud your bravery and dedication so that we can reap the rewards of a stable release in September.
All feature templates by AltSpace VR have been updated to prepare for the switch. Requests from staff on feedback on these templates may be made through the support ticket system or in the world building channel on the AltSpace VR Discord. Other improvements have come to bring world building joy to our virtual worlds. There is a new column in the World Objects web page titled Transform. Suggested by Kurt, it displays the coordinates of the object in the world. This is so welcome and exciting as it helps to find where you put it.
And it should be called location. Why it's called transform, who knows? I want to be in charge of naming things. But this is cool because it means you need to know where you put it in order to find it. You need to know where the 000 point is, which we just call the 0 point, is in your world. And if the object is on the X or Y axis, positive or negative distance from that 0 point. Well, don't worry, we're here to help, okay? So while building, place an object, make it big, and up in the sky, and use the gear options to set the X and the Z axis in position. Locate that object right there to find that 0 point. And then you can, once you found it, then you can use a text label in the AltSpace VR kit to move away from it and literally write in the sky if it is 50 positive or negative from the 0 point as a guide. You can just line these things up so that you know which way it is. And so when you need to find something, it'll give you an idea and you can then locate it that way. Nothing's worse than having a problem with an object in world and you can't find it. So this is very cool. I love this. It just requires a few extra steps, or you have to know your axes. This is just one of many of the world building tips that's offered by the World Tours team, and all of us will help you find your way in the maze of world building.
A question arose last week about world backups, and our reporters team dug deeper into this issue with the upcoming changes to AltSpace VR. Backups will persist between upgrades because they hold the position and size of the objects with links to the virtual objects. Update the templates and kits, and everything stays in the same place with the same names and links, so don't worry. Backup, 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 just to be sure, and all will be good with the update and your backups.
Jimmy, one of the lead developers for AltSpace VR, is working on this experiment to build a super hub in AltSpace VR, a hub that features links to other hub worlds. For those of you who don't know what a hub world is, it's a world where you have teleporters that allow you to go to different worlds from one world. So if you have a hub world to many of your worlds or your favorite worlds, please check out the new directory channel in the world building section on AltSpace VR Discord and let them know.
We love sharing all your worlds on our show. If you have built a world, or maybe know one worth sharing here on News and Updates, please let us know in our Discord in the Share Your World in News channel. We have some fascinating worlds coming to share with you next time.
We have so many world building events and activities every single week here in AltSpace VR that is dedicated to educate, illuminate, and motivate you. One of these builders, Jimmy, he hosts the Building the Metaverse events on Tuesday. And you can explore world building tips and techniques with Unity, SDKs, MREs, and others passionate about world building.
There are many workshops, classes, and events on world building on the events calendar. Look for workshops, classes, meetups for world builders, and the regular world tours that happen with Daisy Shaw. And be sure and check out the World Tours team that meets every Wednesday to tour amazing virtual worlds. Next week, they begin a unique series of tours to honor the potential loss of some of our favorite worlds. Please, if you know of a world at risk, please suggest it to the tours team. We want to enjoy these beautiful worlds as long as they last. And now let us move on to Discord. It's time for some Discord news and a tip.
So it's going to be all tips today. Discord is so important to so many of our events here in AltSpace, as well as for groups that explore and play in the metaverse in multiplayer experiences, chatting away as they screen share and just play their hearts out together. Did you know that you can control the individual voices in your ears or in the voice chat? Some speak so quietly we can barely hear them, and others, okay, guilty, will just blow your eardrums out.
To adjust the individual user volume, right click on the username in the member list or their profile image on the live chat and use the user volume slider to adjust their volume. If you tend to have a booming voice, and we all know who we are, you can help your fellow Discord chat members have a better experience by controlling your own audio output through the user settings, voice and video settings. Set your input and output levels to your own comfort level and that of the other players.
We something like that here in AltSpace. We'll have more Discord tips next. And if you have some Discord tips to share with our community, let us know after the show or in our News and Updates Discord, as we may share it here on the show. Now, we're on to favorite subject, AltSpace VR events. As a reminder to all of our event hosts, the recent change in event types is confusing, but we're here with the facts. Instead of public and private, events are now public or unlisted. Unlisted is supposed to mean private. And if you add the option that makes the event not visible in searches or popular events, unlisted locks down your event.
Access is only through being listed on the group list. If the host or moderator is on the group list, a bug prevents entry. Let me repeat. To enter an unlisted event, a host or moderator should be listed in the contextual roles for that event, but not on the group list.
Also, they are to be listed either by username or email, but not both in the groups list, as that blocks entry. It's another bug they're working on. AltSpace knows about it. They're working on the fix. But if you have a problem with access to your public event, please submit a support ticket for help and encourage them to fix this sooner rather than later.
And maybe
Now
do it if you're having problems with your private event too.
Yes,
Sorry,
yes,
said
sorry.
public. Yeah.
Oh, did I say public? My private,
Yeah.
private event, private event.
Yeah.
If you're having problems with any event, let them know. Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay. Um, we hope this special message to event hosts makes some sense because honestly, it confused the hell out of us.
In more exciting news for event hosts and moderators, the bug that prevented the new option to disable portals in an event is now sticky. If you set it in an event and copy the event, the setting will now persist. Just one more box to not check among the many when creating an event.
Now on to events. Tomorrow is August. What happened to July? Where did June, May, and April go? This year, it is either racing along or it's crawling, depending on your perspective and experience. But here, August is tomorrow. It's the last month of summer for many and the beginning of the end of winter for those down under. In the north of the planet, temperatures continue to soar. There's some strange weather phenomenon going on. There are tornadoes that touched down, causing injuries yesterday in Pennsylvania and in Wisconsin. What? Flooding in Germany, landslides in the Rockies, freak snowstorms in Brazil. And if you don't believe there's something messed up with the weather in the real world, well, we just don't know what to do with you unless you're visiting Scourge's amazing homage to the tornado in Wizard of Oz or Carnivor's Space Hurricane. The weather is fine in alt space if you want it to be.
We just want to remind all event hosts and event fans that attendance is usually low in July and August. So use this time to revamp and re energize your events and get ready for the influx coming in September with the anticipated re lockdown from the Delta and the Lambda variants of the coronavirus. Get ready for September to rock. And don't forget that if you are into improv, acting, singing, storytelling, and or just dancing the night away, we have improv night coming up with Stevie and Shiseki, Luna Blaster's birthday bash, Get Trashed with Onyx, a karaoke, happy hour at Brooklyn Rooftop, comedy shows, ghost telling, and so much more coming up that you do not want to miss.
Now, Donna McTee continues her wonderful Live Love series on Get Out of Your Head as a Bible study in Philippians, exploring the path of self-destruction that we're all guilty. We often take to follow those negative thoughts. This great Christian Bible study group continues to bring people together from all religions and from around the world to explore their belief systems and support each other through these tough times and beyond. Dawn is also hosting an event called Are You From India? Bringing together all of those flooding into AltSpace VR from this vast and enchanting country. The meetup as part of her Let's Meet in VR company project, it helps to connect the growing population to learn more about AltSpace VR and its community and how it works. It's a brilliant idea. Thanks, Donna.
Oh, thanks. Can I give one fun fact just about the other event? Did you know that every person has 12,000 to 60,000 thoughts every day? Of those thoughts, 80% of them are negative and 95% of them are repetitive. Doesn't that blow your mind? So, something great to
Ye-
talk about. We're learning lots in this series about. Anyways, thank you so much for mentioning that, Laurel.
Yeah, but you just imagine how that influences decision making. Wow, I didn't
Oh,
know. That's fascinating.
decision making and interaction with people and what we think about our self esteem and it's so many things, right? It's just so many things. So,
Wow.
Center Stage is among several long writing events that celebrates the talents and creativity of this amazing community. Natalia, the event host, will be changing things up soon with some fresh ideas and special performances. Check it out. It happens on Sundays to find some of the best talent in Altspace VR.
Pagans in VR is hosting the festival Lamas and Lunasa Public Ritual Festival in Altspace VR on Sunday. This is the Celtic and Christian holiday of renewal, the change between summer and fall to celebrate the new harvest. Lammas Day translates to loaf mass, and it's part of the First Fruits Harvest festivals. This festival has been celebrated the first week of August for thousands of years in different ways with music, dancing, arts and crafts, and great storytelling. Perfect for Altspace.
Chuck D and members of Public Enemy will be partying in Altspace VR tomorrow for Chuck D's birthday. It is also the kickoff of a brand new podcast by eGlobal called Talking. eGlobal's first guest is his real life brother, Chuck D, guaranteed to be a party interview. Wow, that sounds like a not to miss event. Now, tomorrow
Mhm.
is also. Oh, sorry. That's Megs. Tomorrow is also Art of the Score as part of the Hip Hop Festival 2021 with Harlem Film House Metaverse. It is a pre-fest birthday bash for Chuck D of Public Enemy.
How cool is that? Now, Play It By Ear is a game show produced by VR Forward on Sunday, hosted by Jano Vokelman, one of the rock star performers here in Altspace. It's a fun game to identify the music as it's played and buzz in with a correct song title. It is such a great opportunity to test your musical history skills.
Simulation Nation with Graham, host DJ Soto of the VR Church, one of the longest running Christian churches here in Altspace VR, to discuss how we bring spirituality not only into the metaverse, but into the future of the metaverse. Check that out on Wednesday.
The Altspace VR community meetup is Wednesday. It is a great opportunity to meet others in the community and find out what is going on. Also, if you haven't seen the Altspace VR live captioning, an instant translation feature, which we have enabled right now, turn it on, check it out. Go to your settings, speech, enable it, and see its magic work. Switch languages is really fun, but they usually have it on there as well. If you are also looking for input and feedback on the upcoming changes to Altspace VR with the upgrade to Unity 20.3 and other changes coming September 15th, that's the place to get your answers.
Black Sands Karaoke is here on Wednesday to help you get your R&B and hip hop on and show off your musical talents on the Altspace VR stage.
Next Saturday, join Beer for I love the creativity y'all have in naming yourselves for a Spanglish mini exchange event to practice your Spanish and English speaking skills and listening skills. There used to be many of these language practice sessions in Allspace VR, and there still are a few, but we need more. So if you speak a non-English language, consider starting your own.
Burning Man. Yes, it's returning to Altspace VR and across the metaverse, and it's all happening very soon, August 22nd to September 7th. Tickets are on sale for the paid events. Altspace VR is one of the major hosts of the virtual Burning Man worlds at Black Rock City VR. Very often you will see the initials or the acronym BRC VR. There will be special open houses, tours, free and paid, and more leading up to the event. Just know if you thought last year was amazing, you haven't seen anything yet. And if you are new to Altspace and weren't here last year, make sure you make time during that August 22nd to September 7th. There it will be so many things you'll want to attend.
Hmm. Have you checked out the events calendar recently? There is so much going on, so many choices. There are nightclubs and dances and computer classes and workshops and open mics, talent nights, meditation, thought provoking discussions. I can't even keep up with all the different things that are going on. It is so hard to choose.
Also, check out the channels and calendar to find the events to tickle your fancy and amuse your spirit. We do our best to bring you the highlights from this ever growing community, and we are so glad you are here to share it with us.
Yay! Now it is time for our weekly discussion. Dr. Tom Furness of the Virtual World Society, the grandfather of VR, flight simulators, and human interface technology, and Ray Kurzweil, the inventor of the famous Kurzweil piano synthesizer, optical character recognition, text to speech synthesis, speech recognition technology, and an expert in AI and transhumanism were both in Altspace VR yesterday as part of the Girls in STEAM Institute Business Girls Business Challenge. The high school girls competing in the challenge talked to these heroes in VR and the technology about their technology, and they asked questions that made me think about the geniuses that influence our world and the people that we think today of as our heroes. Now, the challenge was to create a business plan for a mental health app in VR. So there was so much discussion. It was amazing about Simone Biles' decision to drop out of the team gymnastics in the Olympics due to her taking care of herself with her mental health and physical health issues and her challenges. And if Simone Biles was not a hero to you before, for many she is now. So, who are your heroes and heroines in VR and out? So, the discussion today is, who do you consider a hero within the metaverse or outside of it? Who lifts you up through innovation, creativity, or just sheer bravery?
Okay, Laurel, you're so much better at this, but I guess it's my turn. I'm gonna do the manage the discussion again. So, put your hands up. Who's wants to share about their heroes and heroines? Anyone?
Well, I'm going to start. One of my other heroes, I have two I want to highlight right here. I mean, I have thousands of them, but I want to talk about two. Donna, you're one of them. What you do is so amazing. I love what you've done for with the years you worked with educators in VR, what you're doing with Let's Meet in VR, and what you're doing with Live Love. You're just pushing the envelope in so many different directions. It is just beautiful how you bring people together and lift them up. So you are definitely one of my heroines, without a doubt.
Thank you.
And one of my others, thank you, is Mark. The courage, you've many of you have been coming here a long time, the courage that he has to step forward and to make this event possible for 3 years running when it is not in his nature, is really a beautiful thing. And the determination to work through all of the challenges, not only the personal challenges, but dealing with the alt space stuff to make these worlds beautiful and to make them imaginative and pushing the envelope. I mean, come on, we've got three beautiful screens up here with the slides, and we have monitors in front of us. This is really a state-of-the-art studio. And so one of my great heroes here in Altspace is our producer Mark. So give it up for Mark.
Well, I think yes, that's oh, sorry. I need a couple of hands to do this all at the same time. Okay.
No.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Laurel. Stans, go ahead. You have the mic.
Okay, thanks, Donna. So I'm gonna have to say that my heroine here in Altspace is you, Laurel.
Oh,
Um, if there's anybody here in Altspace that I strive to be like, it's you.
oh.
Just the way that you do things here and the events that we work together on, it's just absolutely amazing. And like I said, I strive to be just like you when I'm working here in Space.
Oh, thank you. I'm now embarrassed. Thank you. I just did a mark. Thank you.
Karen, did your name went off the list? Do you want to put your hand up again, or rather not say anything? Is there anybody else? Oh, there's Karen. Okay, go ahead, Karen.
Okay, I took my name off because Matthew just said it all, but I wanted to say also I
Oh,
agree 100% with Matthew that you're my hero too in
thank you.
VR and in alt space, Laurel, because you st- you are so good at teaching. And Matthew's been after me for a while to retake the training for the moderator training. And I
Mm-hmm.
told him I would in September, and you gave us a little review the other night. And I had forgotten some things. But more than that, I've heard it before, but you bring it alive. It doesn't matter how many times that you do the same training, you just bring it alive every single time. And the other thing, I mean, there's so many things, but I've been to your story event a few times, and just the way uh, you weave stories, and when you do the world tours, the way you weave the storytelling into building a world, which is essential. But you have these God-given talents that most people just don't have, and you bring a hell of a lot to AltSpace, and AltSpace is really lucky to have you. And I wish you were a paid employee.
Thank you. Don't want that job. Not even close to wanting that job, but thank you. And Karen and Matthew and so many of you that are out here, you're also my heroes and heroines and non-gender equivalents thereof. Thank you for all that you do. I could not do what I do without you, but thank you. I appreciate the kindness.
Thanks, Karen. So anybody else? This is your chance to highlight people that have made an impact in your life. Anyone?
I see one sitting there.
Oh, this is why you should do this. Scourge, go ahead.
Well, at this point in time, I think all the heroes are those who are actually getting their worlds updated to
Amen.
September. It's not as easy as it sounds.
No. I agree. I agree. Is there anyone else like outside of AltSpace that you would say that you look up to?
Oh, so many. I don't know. Individual, not so much, other than
Oh,
what's been
okay.
said.
Oh, okay. Well, the people that were courageous enough to create the virtual reality devices. I could name names of the famous people, but one of my dear longtime friends, Jonathan Bailey, we invited him last year to speak for the international summit, and his area where he was living kind of went into lockdown kind of like during the international summit, so he couldn't, for educators of VR, and he couldn't get out and get a headset. Now he could have ordered one, but he didn't want to spend the money. Somehow he jury rigged one with like some Coke bottles. I don't know what he did, but anyway, he kind of like took an old Xbox and he jury rigged it and made it work so he could come in and present for AltSpace VR. Anyone who, and world builders also who have the ingenuity and the confidence to, Mark's among those too, to push the limits, to do things that you haven't done before. And Scourge, you're one of mine, because I remember in one of our world tours, we were getting ready, we were teaching weather, and I said I needed more weather in AltSpace. I wanted to have, I wanted tornadoes and hurricanes. What does he do? He pops up with a freaking tornado. That is a cow flying in a circle. It is fabulous, and it's on our list to tour. You please tell me you're going to update that thing. Yay, good. I love that thing. I just love that. There's so many creative people around the world, inside and outside, that just push the limits. And honestly, our Alt Space VR staff, so many people, like, Karen said, I should be paid or I should get a job. And I hear over and over and over people who would go up to a CST, the people who are we call them the admins who sit in the campfire, and say, "Oh my God, I want your job." I would never want their job. Seriously. And they're some of the best people in alt space. They have to verbal diarrhea. They have to put up with so much BS. They have to deal with trolls at a higher level than we do. They have just nonstop stupid questions and redundant questions, and yet they greet every single problem as if it's a gift and the first time they're hearing it, and they help everyone with such amazing kindness. Me, if I had that job, I'd be smacking people.
So you guys, we're coming close to the end, and you don't want to miss your chance. Anybody else want to lift up somebody that has encouraged you, or has taught you, who you look up to?
Sure, you all would have tons of people. There you go.
Oh, sorry. Okay, there we go.
Yay.
Go ahead, Karen. I'm gonna just reamp you again. Go ahead.
Okay, so it's time to embarrass my brother here, but I look up to my brother Rich. He puts up with me. We walk every day, and he listens to me go on and on and on and on about unity and alt space and whatever's going on. And he so patiently listens to me, and he's an inspiration to me. I'm
Well,
only
that's
going to say that once, Rich. So
but it's on video, so you can replay it anytime you want, Rich. Thank you so much, Karen. That was awesome. Charlie Zero, I'm going to give you the mic. Go ahead.
Hi, yeah, I was going to mention Clive Sinclair. Without him, I probably wouldn't have a computer. If anybody
Nice.
remembers him, I was when I first bought a ZX81, I was as excited with that as I am with the VR headset, and I keep on remembering my first days with a computer in my house.
Wow, that's incredible. Thank you so much for sharing that, Charlie. Okay, Elena Beth, I'm giving you the mic. Go for it.
Okay. Oh, confirm. Well, I'm thinking about all different kinds of people, but I'll keep it a little bit in the family here. And you! Actually, Karen, because I was thinking about when I first started coming on the tours in alt space, such a VR baby about a year ago, a little over a year ago. And it's if people can remember, if you've been here for a while, it's a little intimidating, and even though you're not there in your body, there's still a shyness that can come up, and you feel like everybody has been part of this and you're just a newbie. And Karen was so extra outgoing and friendly and kind, and didn't make me feel at all that I was an outsider, but just was completely inclusive. And so that started my whole wonderful experience in alt space. So thanks. Back to
Wow, that's really great. I think we all have that person, right, that we met when we came into alt space and made us feel special, taught us something. So thank you for highlighting that. Oh, my friend Delcine. Hello, Delcine. You've got the mic.
Hello. Well, Donna, you are my hero.
Oh, Delcine.
You are. I have like really bad social anxiety, and you just nudge me and push me into doing things that I would never, ever, ever do in real life. You like, put up with the bad Delphine and the
The boot
evil
Delphine.
Delphine and the goofy Delphine and the fun Delphine and the sad Delphine.
I just want to know,
You
do you have
put
an
up with a
avatar for each
whole
of
lot.
those?
And you
Oh,
trust me to do things, and I really appreciate that.
you're so sweet. Thank you, Delphine.
And David, you
Oh.
know you my boy. Love you.
Oh, hey.
Oh.
Another one of our great heroes here in Old Space. Yeah.
And I just saw the movie on
Yeah.
YouTube. That is so awesome. David has produced a movie.
Yay!
Hey, David, put up your hand so you could tell us what. Did you put up your hand so you could tell us what the name of the movie is? Because I've forgotten. But there's a whole bunch of people
It's
that
Alpha.
are friends in
Starship Alpha.
I know David's going to tell us about it. David, go ahead.
Yeah.
You've got the mic.
Yeah, can you hear me? Am I
Yes.
muted? I'm on. Yes, it was just some friends got together, and last year we just decided to do a movie, and I wasn't sure I was going to do it. I didn't even Unity at the time. I thought, do you know what, I can do this. Give us something to do. So we got together and said, let's make a movie, a Star Trek type movie. We got together, and so it's called Starship Alpha Into the Wormhole. If you go on YouTube, you can check out what can be done in alt space, and it's just fun, and it just shows, the VR. A lot of people even know what VR. In fact, one of my friends said to me, VR. I said, David, you know it's not real. I said, well, what do you mean? They're not real. I said, they're real people. No, they're not real people at all you're dealing with. And I said, trust me, these are real people. I said, no, that's called AI, artificial intelligence. It just made to look. I said, trust me, these are real people, Americans. I put this together, so they were really shocked at what's happening. They weren't even aware what VR was about. I said, it's very real people, great social platform. So the movie was like a triumph for what we could do, during a very difficult year for many of us. And it's one of many we've planned in alt space. So lots of things have come out of it, and Delphine's like part of this, isn't we? And yeah, so
Well,
have a
that's
look at it. Starship
that's
Alpha.
put
really
it- we-
great.
I love it. We put a link to it in our news and updates Discord in the Alt Space VR news channel.
Okay, thanks, you two. So Rich, I'm gonna give you the mic. Go for it.
Well, Karen, you beat me to it by about 30 seconds. I'm having keyboard problems, but I've got them fixed now. So my sister has been very encouraging, and she's a technical expert, and without her around alt space, I'd be lost worse than I am now.
Well, that's great. It's so, I have to say, what an amazing thing to have siblings and family members. We get an adopted family here in Altspace, right? And that's one of the things about the community that we know and love. That's one of the when I ask new people who have only been in Altspace for a couple hours or maybe 1 or 2 days, that's always something they say is about the how much they enjoy connecting with other people, and that always leads to a bond and community, right? But be able to do that with family, that's just really so wonderful. So I'm so happy for you guys. That's awesome. Thanks, Karen and Rich. So anybody, last chance. Anybody else want to say something? So maybe you just close out. I was trying to think, and so many I've grown so attached to the Live Love community. It was started for a couple of reasons, and those reasons have more than and flourished why we get together, and so it's I so love the people that actively volunteer and people like Delcine that are willing to do things. Delcine, I'm so excited to do things with you. When I came into Altspace, and it's been over 3 years, I've said this before, it took me 6 months before was connected to 12 people. I just lurked. I just watched. I was afraid to talk to anyone. I didn't know what to say. I was terrified if somebody came close to me and wanted to ask me a question. Like I would just, thank goodness for home, right? Click home and you're just like, on. And but somebody that was really special to me, and the person isn't here today, but it was JW. And so most of you or some of you will know JW, that when I first came into Altspace, spoke with me and encouraged me. And he was out there, it was just something about it, right? And so I remember that way way back when from when I started, but it's hard now because there's so many people that we're all connected with, right? And I so love that. So thank you all of you for sharing today.
And you are our heroes and heroines and all the other. You really are. We would not do this without you. So thank you so
Yes.
much. Absolutely, without a doubt. So that is all for this week's news and updates. We do this for you for free. We are not Altspace VR employees. Our team works hard each week to gather the news and information to help our community keep up with everything going on around here in Altspace.
When news you need to know. We share here in our news and updates Discord, so you get the news through the clutter of all that information out there. So please tell a friend and share our Discord and YouTube channel so others can keep up with the news in and around Altspace as well.
Thank you for being here every week to share the latest updates from around the Altspace VR community. We live stream the news onto YouTube every week, and you can catch up with past episodes to learn more about the Altspace VR events, projects, news, and community activities.
This is a labor of love, and we love our volunteer team members who help us gather the news as reporters, moderate, and help us put this show together every week. If you would like to join the news and updates team, please let us know after the show. We need every ability and talent, and we'll help train you in event hosting, management, and moderation. This is your show as much as ours, and we'd love you to be a part of it.
We will hang around after the news to answer your questions, to talk to you about what you're doing in Altspace VR. So stick around, as we'd love to chat with you.
And
We
thanks to
will
all-
be, hold on, Donna, hold on a second. We will be taking a break in August. I was just informed. And so there won't be any news and updates during August, but get ready for our anniversary event coming up in September.
Oh, well, that's good to know. Okay, so thanks to all our news updates, volunteers, and moderators that help make this event such success. Thank you, thank you. So, in these uncertain times, more uncertain this week than last week, again, apparently, please be safe wherever you are in the world. And thank you so much for being here today. It's so special to us. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, everybody.
Uh,